All right, first I'm just going to... We are down to the last two. The last two, can you dig it? The Sweet Blood Call Vinyl Overrun. There's two here. Available in the Big Cartel Store. They could both be yours, or you just want one of them. It can all happen right now if you go to Big Cartel. Clinton, if you're on there, go ahead and post the link, the Big Cartel Store link in the comments. You know the comments that I can't see? Yeah, post it in there. Hopefully everybody else can see. Man, this coming Friday night, I'm not talking about tomorrow, I'm talking about Friday. We will be performing Eat More Possum in its entirety live at Tribbles in Piedmont, South Carolina. Show starts at 8. We have 2 opening groups. Cutthroat. I don't even have my notes in front of me. I can't look at nothing. The one's called Batshit Crazy. I think that's probably going to be a good band. But we're really looking forward to this show, man. We want y'all to come out and hear a little possum. I'm gonna go ahead and get the shows out of the way. Then May 22nd, Friday, May 22nd, we will be at the Rooster in Gastonia, North Carolina. A really good bill there with one of my favorite local bands that we play with. The Queen City Rejects are going to be on the bill. A few others. But hey, if it's just Queen City Rejects and Antiseen, that alone is enough to come on out of the house. So do it. On Saturday, May 23rd, we will be at the Tin Roof in Charleston, South Carolina. 3 new shows were listed today for Antiseen playing Eat More Possum in its entirety, and we're going across the great state of Pennsylvania on June 4th. We'll be in Pittsburgh. On June 5th, we'll be in York, Pennsylvania. And on the 6th, we will be back in the great city of Philadelphia, Hostel City, USA. And playing that show with us will be Bad Luck 13 Riot Extravaganza. So you know that's going to be a time. And it's an early show. So, you just have to get there early. Why it's an early show, I do not know. I have no idea why they made it an early show. But there you go. And listen, if you want to book us in your area, do not write to the Antiseen Messenger. Now, I know I say it on here, and maybe everyone doesn't hear me, but our booking agent is Joey Killingsworth at Tone Deaf Booking. I'm going to make that information available on my page and the Antiseen page. Hopefully Walt and Malcolm will do the same on their page starting next couple of days, I guess. Because we missed a show. It was a tribute to Sabu out in Vegas. Well, and to in our defense, they sent the invitation about 4 or 5 days before the actual thing was happening, and I didn't see nothing about airfare, so we wouldn't have done that anyway. I hate to miss some opportunities just because you send them to a place that we don't read. I know you may be, well, I want to read the page. Man, listen. Text, messenger, email, and I have people, very important people to me, that will write to me on all three. And I don't know which one I answered. I mean, sometimes I question whether I even read one of them. But, oh, let me see. Man, I sure wish I could see y'all so I could respond to something. I was trying to, you know, like stay calm and calm down and everything. I don't know that that's going to last. We'll see. We'll hope for it. On May 16th, Saturday, May 16th, if you are into what I'm doing with Clayton and Wensil, we will be performing live at the Hatley Farm in Albemarle, North Carolina on May 16th. That's a big bluegrass event, a family event. Only $10 to get in. Kids under 12 are free. And lots of really good pickers are going to be there. And Clayton and Wensil is going to open the entire festivities at 12 noon. And man, it sounds like we're going to have the big band with us. So man, if y'all can make it out, this is probably one you need to see. And I just want to remind you, in the store we do have the autographed copy of Songs from Home. I think it's got everyone's autograph that was on it except for 3 people. But we're going to remedy that right quick, real soon. So just look in the variants. It'll say autographed copy, and that's in there. I have a few copies of that. So there you go. Here's some random thoughts, man. Have y'all been to the grocery store yet lately and looked at things going on? Do you remember how the numero uno cut of chicken was always the chicken breast? You know about that? Well, now, because people have realized that the thigh is a much tastier cut of the chicken and is juicier, the thighs are starting to get into favor with the chicken buying public. And now the chicken thigh is now the most expensive cut of the chicken, while the breast remains number 2, and all the other is about even on number 3. But that's a weird thing, man. I guess it's the whole supply and demand. What they want them thighs? Okay, we gotta jack that price up, son. Well, what are you gonna do? Y'all wanted to hear stories about my childhood and my teen years and stuff. Well, man, I was talking to my coworker the other day, and I told him a story. And you know, I don't. Unlike some people who sit around and think about their past constantly, I do not. So sometimes something has to be said that will trigger that memory. And something was said. I think we were talking about Michael McDonald. Michael McDonald from the Doobie Brothers. Do y'all like the Doobie Brothers? It'd be great if I could see what you say about the Doobie Brothers, but unfortunately I can't. This all happened when we did the live broadcast for Eat More Possum, by the way. So I'm going to have to figure something out here. But now, I've always been a fan of Doobie Brothers. I will admit, not a deep cuts fan. I've never gone to see. I had plenty of opportunities to see. I just never went. I just never felt the need to go see them. when I had Doobie Brothers' Greatest Hits. I might have had the what were Vices is now Habits or something, live album or something. But I mean, I got some of their albums now, but I really like them. I always have. I like the biker band type Doobie Brothers, and I like the Doobie Brothers who became the kings of smooth rock. I'm not going to say yacht rock. I mean, Michael McDonald doesn't mind the title of yacht rock, but talk to Daryl Hall or Donald Fagen from Steely Dan. Ask them if they're yacht rock and see how that goes. That will be a good one. Have your camera ready. But I know, okay, yeah, it sounds like it's going off, and it is, but it's going to come right back, okay? Also, in high school, all 4 years of high school, I was in the marching and concert band. The North Stanley Marching Comets. I'm going to tell you something about being in a marching band. It wasn't an option. You had to go to band summer camp. And in band summer camp, they would stage dress rehearsals. That's right. It's August in North Carolina, and you're out on the field all day practicing formation and any of the routines they had us do as far as, you know, marching in some kind of pattern and stuff. But the one thing they wanted out of us the most was the being able to stand at attention. They took that serious. And man, sometimes we would stand there, legs together, feet together, mallets that way. By the way, I played the big bass drum. When you wear it across your shoulders and it's out here in front, and I had the big bass drum. Now you're wearing this, you're wearing dress pants. You're wearing like these white with black sole hush puppy shoes. Maybe they weren't hush puppies. But, and you're wearing this long sleeve, like silk satin top. You think, oh, well, that feel good? No, it didn't feel good. It was hot as all get out. And then you're wearing this bizarre helmet with a little black rim and a chin strap going under here. And, man, when I tell you that they were serious about it, I'm talking about they would say, okay, attention! And, they, you know, we had to do the thing where everybody hits their sticks. And, man, they didn't want anyone to move. They didn't want it to be loose. They didn't want it to be cool. They wanted it to be tight. And I'm going to tell you something. I admire that kind of discipline in an act. They knew what they wanted. They didn't come in and say, hey, just like, what do you think we should do? No, they just said, here's what we're going to do. Here's what we do. And when we say attention, we want you to look like mannequins out there. We don't want you to move a muscle. Well, maybe people, I ain't doing that. Hey, you can't tell me. Okay, well, whatever. You probably can't tell you to do much of anything else, either. Anyway, I remember one of the evenings we were at attention, but this time I don't think they made us do dress rehearsal. I think we were just wearing our normal civilian clothes. But man, this guy, he was a think he was a sax player. He was standing in front and down a little bit from me, and man, he locked his knees. And if you don't know what that means you're going to go down. And he did. He fell flat like a tree that's just been cut at the bottom, man. He just went boom, right on the asphalt. And everybody starts going, oh, they blew that whistle. Don't you get out of formation. Y'all saying, well, there's somebody hurt. What are you going to do, Jeff? What are you going to stand in there for me? Yeah, because they had people taking care of it. He didn't need to go to the hospital or nothing. They just had to get some, you need to get up, walk it off a little bit, and, get some hydration. But, man, they made us do some stuff that I thought was ridiculous. But if you're in the band and the person in charge of it has this vision, you didn't join the band so that you could put in your vision. When you're a band, you're a unit, and you've got your idea guy. Now, the way we've got our band, Antiseen, now, we do bounce a lot of ideas off each other. But it all boils down to I'm the final say. And it turned out that, whatever was going on with the marching band, there was somebody there that was the final say, and that would have been Miss Rita Hayworth, I think was her name. And y'all know I'm terrible with names, but I really think that was her name. But, yeah, I look back pretty fondly on my time in a marching band. And, man, I'll tell you, we were good because we were going to a lot of competitions all over the Southeast. I don't know, man. It was my first taste of traveling and going somewhere to play music. Like we went to, we played football stadiums, and I remember we went to Bristol, Tennessee. And that was like the biggest trip we took. And you're like, well, that ain't much. But yeah, it is much when you're in high school and you never really been. Well, I've been places because we moved all over the place because of my dad being in the military. But yes, I took a lot away from that experience, and I have tried to apply it to my band, and in some ways I think I have, and in some ways I think we get the same results. Now there are other times where we can and we will drop the ball like you ain't ever and even never seen. But at least we recognize it and realize what has to be done to make that not happen again, and we hammer it out. We don't talk it out with a flute playing and some incense. We hammer it out. Fix it! So, what's this got to do with the Doobie Brothers, Jeff Clayton? You got to tell me what I'm getting ready to tell you. Because when you are in a classroom environment, especially during concert band, which we did during the fall and winter. No. Yeah, we did Christmas concerts. I can't remember how long the football season lasted, but I know it was, I guess it went into the winter, but short, like as soon as it was done, we switched gears into concert band. And, sometimes we'd be in there playing the same 5 to 10 measures of a song just over and over, and you're thinking, God, man, I can't listen to this one more time. But then as soon as you thought that, you were playing it 10 more times. See, I like that. I like it. I know a lot of people do not. Hey, you can't tell me what to do, man. I'm too much my own man. I'm too much a bad artist. I can't be told. Well, that's why you're probably not asked to be in anything. But there was always people, other students, in the concert band room that were always trying to impress Miss Hayworth. And, you know, to get her take on their musical talent. To kind of see where they were on the scale, you know, of okay to fantastic, in her opinion. And I remember this fella. I can't remember if his name was Terry or Gary, but it was something like one of those. Harwood. And man, he played drums for me in the band we had called The Wreck. And he was a fantastic drummer. I don't know, ever since those days, I have lost contact with him. I've never seen, I don't know anyone that even knew him back then anymore. But he was a fantastic drummer. I mean, he had that Topper Headon thing going on. And I don't think he even knew what Topper Headon was. But, you know, he was well into the martial arts. He was kind of ripped. But he had like a Brian Jones hairdo in a way, not quite as, you know, the bangs weren't right here or nothing, but they were about right here. And I liked having him in a band, but I guess, you know how bands are when they get started and they don't even quite know what they're doing or where they're going. I guess he just got tired of our nonsense and bailed. But I just remember one day sitting in class, and it was kind of like at the end when everybody was just kind of, I mean, it's trombones, trumpets, people playing on the percussion equipment, you know, it's just, it's a madhouse. And I remember Gary kind of stands up. Miss Hayworth, man, I think I'm a good singer. You do? Okay. Well, let me hear you sing. And at this point, the chaos has subsided. It's now quiet. Everyone's here. What's this going to be? I mean, I knew it was going to be something good, and I was not disappointed. But let's just say his name is Gary, since I can't remember it. But Gary just gets ready. Look like he's getting ready to go in a kung fu match or something, you know. Oh, but he was getting all ready, man, and he takes his hand, puts it in his ear. Finger. He came from somewhere back in a long ago. Man, that class erupted. It was like 4 groups of the Cosby kids, you know, when they all laughed, and pointing at him. I don't even remember what the verdict was, but I remember her, you know, kind of talking to him to give him some encouragement, but man, there wasn't nobody else having it. And who knows, he may have been great, but you know how it is in school, especially, you know, junior high. Oh, someone's trying to improve themselves and be better and be good and get someone's opinion, you know, a professional's opinion. Can't have it. Got to derail that, Hoss. I used to sing in the choir in elementary school, but some older dudes who were playing in the band, sitting down in the chair playing the music, you know, they watched us up on the little rafters, you know, rollaway rafters, singing our Christmas songs. I remember a couple of them ganged up around me. Hey man, why you in the chorus? You don't even sing. You just move your mouth. And I was like, man, I sing. And I did sing. And by that time, I was working on the projection of my voice. I didn't have to, you know, I could keep it kind of cool and still get my voice out. I didn't know much about key or harmony at that point. But I didn't pay no attention to them. But man, I learned a lot. It's like you don't think you do until one day you sit and really think about it, and you think how much you did learn and how much you apply to what you do when you become an adult. I know some of y'all just went, that's a new one on us. Jeff Clayton became an adult. But yeah, I did. And I had some stuff written in here. I think I covered it all. But yeah, before the next break on through, man, I got to get this figured out because this is driving me crazy. I envisioned flipping this laptop over and knocking my phone over that way, but then I'd have to say, hey, anybody can help me fix a laptop and a phone? So, but man, I hope all y'all are doing good. I hope everyone's doing well. Is the weather doing crazy stuff everywhere? Man, we have 90 one day, wake up to 40 the next. It's doing so great. I wasn't even going to bring those long sleeve t-shirts and tribbles, but man, our weather is hitting the extremes on either end day to day. So I figure we'll go ahead and Mondo, see if you can sell a few of them. Just tell them folks, say, hey, you don't know what that morning's going to be like, tomorrow. Maybe 45 degrees. You're going to need your long sleeve Antiseen t-shirt. Have y'all seen my brother's band, Dallas Tetanus, yet? I'm asking you like I'm going to be able to see your answer. But if you haven't, make it your business too. Matter of fact, sometime in June, I think it's June, I'll get the correct date and make sure everyone knows about it. But they are going to be opening for Driving and Crying here in Charlotte. And I am going to that. I'm going to see my brother. I went to see when he played drums for Driving and Crying. Kevin Kenny always says, hey, Jeff Clayton, when we're going to get that Driving and Crying Antiseen show going on, you got to tell me something. But Hoss, I'm like, that ball is in your court, Mon. So you tell me when you want to get up to the line and get ready and take a shot. Because you name the place, you name the date, and we will be there. Two of North Carolina's greatest. On one stage, one night. How good would that be? Real good is the correct answer. But let's see something. I know y'all going, you're gonna see something. This about be the end of this break on through. But anyway, I'm going to try to tell more stories like that, and I've been given a lot of topics that some folks would love to hear me discuss. And man, I still encourage you. Just don't use the Antiseen Messenger. Use my personal message. Hey, Jeff, I got some ideas for you there, cowboy. Well, write them down. Now, people have been doing that, and I've just got to get it all together. And but man, always keep those ideas coming. This part of the message is going out to Suave and Mondo, who were the first people. The first two folks to actually go on the Antiseen Stanley County Historic Tour. But I just wanted to tell you fellas that there is a Antiseen Mecklenburg County historic tour as well. So we need to get together for that one day. And if any of you are wondering, well, what are we talking about? Well, I take people back to Stanley County, where it all began. New London, North Carolina. And take you to every spot of significance that ever had to do with, first of all, me growing up, and second of all, the formation of Antiseen. And that little town, you might even realize that when you go there, is so instrumental in the way we presented ourselves. I'd be glad to take anybody on those tours. But then I've got to thinking, man, there's a ton of stuff from Mecklenburg County and Charlotte that I could show people, because the stuff's getting a lot of stuff's getting torn down, especially here, and before my memory is completely gone and before it's all torn down, maybe some people should know. I don't know. If you think it's important, let me know. You're probably telling me right now on the comments, but I can't see them. But I don't mean to end the program on a heavy note. I'll bring it back up in a minute, but I do got something to say, and that is a member of the Antiseen the alumni, John Bowman, bassist for the New Blood era. And after his time on stage, he spent a lot of time behind the control board on a lot of the records that came afterwards. So, and this mainly refers to his brother, Jordan Bowman. And I didn't know Jordan well, but I knew him well enough. I knew he was a fantastic drummer. Great drummer. He played with Steve Wensil and Jeff Williams and Dead Kings. Well, and he's done a little bit behind the board for us, and he's done some artwork for me before. But for the last few years or so, I don't even want to say how many, because I don't want to be off either way, but he ain't been doing good for a while, and now he is in hospice care at his home. Now, as of this thing that I'm speaking right now at 7:41 on April 20th, 2026, I do not know what his status is. So if I'm missing a boat, then my apologies. But all I want to say is, to his friends and family, especially John, because I was close with John, and I can't imagine what he's feeling now about to lose a brother. And I don't mean a friend, like someone and you call him. I'm talking about his actual blood brother. If it was mine, I know there'd be a lot of hurting going on. So, John, Jordan, all your family, all your friends, I pray that you were able to push through your suffering. And Jordan, I hope you're as comfortable and as surrounded by loved ones as you can be at this time. And I'm praying for all the folks involved with you and around you, that that this time will be, that you can remain strong during this time. Because I know it's got to be a rough time. I don't really know a lot of what else to say. I was just thinking about it this evening, and I just wanted to say that. That being said, don't forget, this Friday night at Tribbles in Piedmont, South Carolina. Now, if you can make it or if you can't make it, will you do me a favor? Will you take the flyer that we have on our individual pages, on our on the Antiseen page, everything? You take the flyer and just share it, spread it all over the place. Hey, Friday night, boing, and just you know, help us do a little advertising, man. The day of the going around hanging up the flyer seems to be over, so we will do it via social media. So, man, it's Monday, and I hope y'all have a great week. I had a good Monday. I had a really good Monday, man. And I hope y'all did. I hope you have a great week. And I think I should mention one time before I sign off that this past Saturday, I went to the Tremont Music Hall family reunion, man. I saw a lot of people I had not seen in many years, and it was great to see them. I've seen Penny recently, but it's always great to see Penny, man. It's quite a blessing to me, and I got to see old dear friends, John Hayes and Lisa Barr, and I talked to a lot of other folks in there that it was good to, you know, to talk for a little bit. I was not able to stay long, much to my regret, but the time I was there, I had a great time, and I hope we do it again. But man, y'all have a great week. Have an even better weekend, and if you're at Tribbles in Piedmont, South Carolina on Friday night, I can guarantee you that weekend is going to start off right. So let's do it. I love you. God loves you. Welcome to yet another thrilling episode of Break On Through.